have a plan before you're going in. Okay, even when you're in the job, you have to have a plan for your workday. But before you get into this career, you've got to have a plan laid out. What are some of the goals? One of them should be that you're going to go look up 2 to 3 areas of law that maybe you have an interest in one area of law, but I want you to think about a couple other areas that paralegals work in. And that's very easy to Google. So use Google as your BFF. Okay. So number one is lacking a plan. You develop a plan. Hey, Jennifer, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Get the plan written down in one of these. Dollar Tree notebook special right here, okay? Don't spend $3 or $4 on these notebooks, please. Don't do that. Just go to the Dollar Tree, get them for $1, or order them on Amazon, get the best deal, but you're gonna pay shipping there. So I just put my mask on and went inside Dollar Tree. All right, so have a plan. And one of those plans, one of the most important plans is to go research those areas of law as to what paralegals do in those areas, not what attorneys do, but what paralegals do. You can also up your game with Microsoft Word. If you're not proficient, if you're just sliding by with it, and I used to do that, you know, and we were all using WordPerfect when I went in the legal field, and then we all switched over around 1997-ish to Microsoft Word. Hey, Christopher, good to see you. And so get your notebook and write down those areas where you feel you need to, you know, just improve yourself and do it. Now, if you don't write those things down, they're just going to be swimming around in here and you'll put them off or you forget about it. Write it down and keep looking at it. And you hold yourself accountable. Don't expect anybody else to. Hold yourself accountable. If you don't, you can say that you've been hacked. Your attention has been hacked. So right now I'm going through the Unhackable Book Club, and fantastic book for staying on task, doing what you're supposed to do, going after your dreams. And a lot of the reason I'm in that book club is to pass it on to you always. So you need a plan, and then be specific about what you want. What are you wanting to go after? What area of law I want you to think about areas. What do you see yourself doing? What is that career looking like to you? Okay? In your mind's eye, what does it look like? Write those things down. That's number 2. Number 3 is don't burn bridges. It's one of the things I can say that is sometimes it's not easy to avoid, but you've got to avoid it with everything in you. And there were times that I can't even tell you some of the stories of my coworkers that would, just come in my office. You wouldn't believe it. But I tried very hard to not burn bridges and to work as a team member as much as possible. Okay. Not burning bridges with people I work for so that I don't have to have regrets. Okay. Right, Christopher. Exactly. So I want it, we have to live peaceably with others as well as ourselves. And having regrets is just terrible, to keep wishing we had done something differently. And we all have that as humans, but work really hard to pay it forward with people, and they need help in some way, help them. Go the extra mile. Even if they don't do that with you, you be the better person and do that. Number 4, lacking focus and discipline. Again, too much of this during the day, or hanging out on Netflix, or for me, it's like per day is 142 minutes on this. And so I can find myself very distracted, especially watching YouTube videos. That's my confession. Yeah. And what I do is I like to watch, you know, I like to watch people perform music on YouTube and listen to that. And there's just so much good stuff on there. But I have to focus, and that's what you have to do. So if you have your goals written down and then you focus on them, you're going to achieve great things. And you won't sit there going, oh, woulda, coulda, shoulda. Okay? You don't want to be that woulda, coulda, shoulda person. All right. Then the last one, number 5, is taking action on the goals you've written down. So when you've done that, write down what your research was, what you found, what you improved on. Do you need to improve on Microsoft Word? Do you need to learn very, very, very basic Excel or PowerPoint? Do it. Then put it on your resume. Okay? If you're learning basic Microsoft and you're also learning advanced skills, don't pay for classes. Go to YouTube right where you are and look up classes there and write down what you know in your notebook. Okay? All those things you're learning, you need to document and look back at it. Put a date by it and say, okay, that's very uplifting. That will set you on fire when you're achieving little, not so little projects like that you've put out there, those goals you set for yourself. I have to do that every day, or I'm not going to be able to look back and go, oh, I did that. And not for a pat on the back. I'm saying that there are things that I need to share with you all. And if I don't set aside time, then I can't do that. And I'll look back and go, why didn't I do that? Why did I waste that time? So those are the 5 things. You have a plan. Be specific about what you want. Don't burn bridges. Have focus and discipline. And then take action today. Today. I know this is a crazy week. This is the time to do it so that your mind is not taken away by too much craziness, too much news, too much falderall, I'll call it. Focus on some positive things, the things that God has for you, your plan and your purpose. If that's what you have to write at the top of your notebook page, my plan and my purpose, I will not be hacked. I will not be diverted. I will focus on what is set before me. Do that today, okay? And you will get there. You will get there. Got it? Good. Amen. Yeah, you got it, Christopher. The world is very, very small. And you know what? You don't know what a blessing you'll be to somebody when you don't let maybe some snarky words make you respond with snarky words, where instead you just respond with, okay, well, I'm sorry to hear that. I don't feel that way. I've done that and reversed it and not responded in kind. And people were like taken back. They expected to be reamed out, to be yelled at. But I wouldn't go down that road. I'll tell you a little short story. I had somebody come into my office and it was a coworker, very upset. But what I did, and it wasn't over, and she asked me a question and she just went off the rails. So I got up and I said, let's walk down the hallway. And she's like, why? I said, let's just walk down the hallway and talk. And we did that and we settled all that. There was nothing needed to be reacted to that way. That was over the top. And how people that are in our purposes for this, and I'll talk